Oh, what is the excuse, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the GXWrestleCast. We're on episode 208 of my little wrestling recap show, where once a week I go through all the major WWE and AEW shows, give you the recap, give you the review, let you know what's going on. And at the end of the show, I give out my 3 stars of the week, awarding my 3 favorite matches. But we're not doing that right now because we're doing a PLE pay-per-view review, and I do these in separate episode fashion. So we're going to be starting off with NXT's BattleGround in Tampa Bay, Florida. Great place to be right now. I mean, Canada, we're getting closer to warm levels. We had a 20-degree day the other day, but prior to that, it rained for 4 straight days. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's get into the BattleGround review, and we're kicking off the show with the Women's North American Championship match. Sol Ruca with Zarya defending against Kalani Jordan, and coming into this match, Kalani has been trying very hard to get herself a rematch against Sol Ruca. Zarya not allowing it to happen as easy as Sol would like it to. Sol was like, yeah, you want a rematch? Go ahead. Zarya's like, you gotta fight me multiple times before you earn a shot. Kalani finally earns that shot, defeating Zarya, and here we go. Kalani sporting a different look on this show. She's got like pink braids going on. Her makeup is all done up really crazy. She looks like almost a completely different person. Like, it's quite the drastic shift in a change. I like it. It comes off more heelish. Like, she just looks like a heel, which I'm down for. You know, Kalani's been coming out of her shell a little bit last few months anyway. She's breaking out and getting more aggressive, getting more attitude, and I like that, and this look is definitely portraying all that. We get into the match, Ruca with a sweet springboard super X Factor. My goodness, she got some air on that and looked great. Thumbs up. Ruca, impressive catch, hits a modified backstabber, and then an awesome handspring moonsault over the ropes. My good, not Kalani, but they're both incredibly athletic, but my goodness, that is crazy. Thumbs up again. Kalani with the super poison Rana, that gets countered, and Sol sticks the landing and hits a spear to please Zarya. I mean, another thumbs up, just outrageous, beautiful landing, nice counter. Zarya gets ejected after she moves Sol out of the way of a split-legged moonsault. Now, a little controversial. They could have called the match right there for a DQ. I'm glad they didn't. Don't like DQ finishes on a PLE pay-per-view. That's just wrong. The match continues. Ruca proceeds to hit one of the nastiest, best-looking top rope soul snatchers on Kalani. She pins and retains. My word, man. They got all that. That looked absolutely spectacular. Thumbs up for that. And Ruca is really, starting to build an aura, kind of like Randy Orton. She can hit this soul snatcher out of nowhere. Top rope, springboard style, just regular, in the corner, doesn't matter. You are never safe from the soul snatcher. Thumbs up. And that bar has been set for the night. Awesome opening matchup with lots of flashy big spots. That athleticism is just off the charts, and so is that chemistry, man. Sol Ruca and Kalani, they've already had a couple of great matches. Here's another one, 8.5 out of 10. That's a banger and a half, and I am down to see these two go at it some more. I've talked about the possibility of maybe Zarya getting a little sick and tired of Sol Ruca's, lackadaisical attitude, and like, whatever, yeah, you want a title match, go ahead. Zarya wants things to be more prestigious, and you want to earn that championship. I understand both sides of it. I am a fan of a defending champion, but I don't want them defending it like every single week. That kind of waters down the matches a little bit. But, I mean, again, I've seen Seth Rollins do it with the Intercontinental Championship. He did amazing things with that. So far, so good with Sol Ruca, man. I'm really enjoying her matches. Her work has been great, especially with Kalani. Wondering if we're going to get that breakup with Zarya and Ruca. Again, I don't really want it because I think they're a really strong tag team together, but it's kind of awkward because Sol Ruca is a singles champion right now, so it's kind of hard to spin both of those plates at the same time. So we'll see where that one goes, but a great way to start the show. Then we get a visit from TNA's Mike Santana. He gets interviewed backstage. Santana calls out the winner of the TNA Championship match. Whoever wins, Santana wants a piece of that. Dempsey interrupts, upsetting Santana, and yeah, pretty cool to see Santana. He is like an OG of TNA. He's been there for a very long time. I don't really see, like, I don't know, like, he kind of reminds me of, like, an Eddie Kingston, like, he's just kind of anti-WWE formula. I don't really want to see him here, because they're going to take away what makes Mike Santana, which is, like, the not-so-family-friendly nature of the guy. Like, he's, I don't know what to call him, but he's cool. Kind of strange to see him in the WWE, but, I don't know, is that kind of a little seed planted? We're going to see more of Mike Santana? We'll have to wait and see. Now we got a trios match. It is the Culling, Shawn Spears, Nico, and Jensen with Izzy Dame versus Hank and Tank and Josh Briggs. We get the Belly Bandits trifecta dive with Briggs. This excites the crowd. Hank he takes a tough header into the post. That looked pretty nasty. Briggs, impressive moonsault. He gets a near fall on that. Briggs is a big boy. That's a big guy right there doing a moonsault. That's impressive. Izzy with the cheap boot to Briggs. That's not cool. Josh nails a lovely clothesline from hell. That would make JBL really happy. Hank and Tank with the pendulum slam, and the good guys grab the win. A pretty good high-energy matchup. You know, the staple of Hank and Tank. They're going to bring that energy, get the crowd going a little bit. A few nasty-looking bumps on both sides. Pretty good. 7 out of 10. Culling attack after the bell, and oh my goodness, here he comes. It's Inamura. He appears to make the save with a chair. Oh, buddy, everyone's excited to see Inamura, especially me, and I hope this means that he is here to stay, because, man, I really enjoyed that tag team. Briggs and Inamura, man, that was like a little strong style kind of tag team. I was really digging it. Never wanted them to break up. I hope they're back in business, because we need that right now. All right, we move on. Next, it is Tony D'Angelo versus Stax Lorenzo. Quite the situation built here with these guys. Stax, the longest time, has been the underboss for the Don, Tony D. Over the last quite a few months, there has been slowly built up animosity building up between these two. Stax continuously screwing up, man. Like, every time the Don's like, I'm putting my trust in you, you're gonna get things done, boom, he fucks it up, and the Don's like, what the heck is happening over here? And then finally Stax blows up. He attacks the Don after it looks like they were gonna be okay and the family was gonna make up and everything would be right. No way, Jose. Stax is done with it, and it looks like he's trying to build his own family. Let's get into this match. Stax hits cement shoes using his knees. Don kicks out. I found that funny because it's supposed to be shoes, so I figured it'd be like a stomp move. But no, he uses his knees, so it's like, what? Anyway, Tony hits an impressive deadlift German suplex. Tony, punching Stax's face, decides to stop because he feels bad. He's like, you know what? I'm going to kill this guy. Let's stop. Maybe we can make friends? No. Stax calls Tony weak, crashes and burns into the ring post pretty hard. Tony hits forget about it, but Stax is able to kick out. Lorenzo can't find his trusty crowbar. Tony hits a spear. Stax tries to apologize, but the Don ain't having it. And here comes Luca Crucifino. He appears, distracting Tony and the referee. Stax crowbar strike plus a running knee defeats the Don. A solid fight, between former friends. Not a bad match by any means, but nothing special. This match definitely could have used a stipulation. I don't know. Crowbar on a pole match, a cannoli in the corner. I don't know, but we needed something for this match, and we're going to get there. They're definitely going to get there. I believe this was the first match between Stax and Don, so they're not going to blow their load on the first go, and some shenanigans in here, obviously. So we're going to get another rematch. What are they going to do with it? I'm guessing probably a street fight, something of that nature. I don't know, what do you call a mafia, a gang war fight? I don't know, something like that. Maybe you get, because we've seen families of the Dons, other members of the family, they're not wrestlers, they're kind of middle-aged men. Maybe they get involved and we get I don't know, but maybe we get some sort of mafia war between the Don and Stax, but Stax got to build up a family. It looks like Luca is siding with Mr. Stax over here, so the Don has lost half of his family with that alone. So yeah, and now it's just Tony and Rizzo. So what's going to happen here? Certainly something for sure. I'm guessing street fight, maybe some sort of power struggle for the power of the family. I don't know, but I can't really see Stacks coming out the victor at the end of this feud. I think it's going to be the Dawn, but all right, could possibly be a new family on the block. We'll see. We move on. The NXT Women's Championship match. It is Stephanie Vaquer defending against Jordynne Grace. Jordynne rolls through the Devil's Kiss, plants the champion on the announce table rather hard, and I really like that counter. I don't know, just rolled out of the ring, she had her up, and just slammed her on the table. Good shit, thumbs up. Grace with the superplex jackhammer combo, that gets a near fall. Steph shoves Grace hard through the barricade, that looked painful. How you done? Vaquer nails the SVB, but Grace kicks out, and the crowd absolutely explodes for that. Steph with the 6 spiral tap off of the top, pins and retains. Okay. I don't know if I've seen her do that move as a finisher yet. That might have been the first time she did it, but a spiral tap, like, oh, fuck yeah. She hit it pretty good. And that's the match. Really good competitive match right here. Lots of nice counters. Possibly the first SVB kick out, I think. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of that finisher. It's kind of a, what do you call it? Kind of like a tiger driver into a neck backbreaker kind of deal. It's fine. It just doesn't really come off as a finisher to me. I've seen lots of other people use it as like a signature move, a standard move. It's fine. I would prefer if she's going to be doing spiral taps. I mean, I'll take that as a finisher. Hit a SVB, nail a spiral tap, boom. That's a good 1-2 combo. Good match. Grace, good effort. Nice chemistry with Steph. I think these two have built a pretty good chemistry. 7.5. And now, not defending his championship, but he's here with his championship. It's the North American champion, Ricky Saints. He gets interviewed about his title defense on Tuesday. Because, what? Okay, so you're gonna bring out Ricky, you're gonna do all this, you're gonna spend all this time fluffing up the match for Tuesday. Why not just have the frickin' match tonight on pay? I don't get this one. Anyway, Ricky talks about the defense against Ethan Page. Ricky claims nobody wants Ethan in NXT. I like Ethan, so that's not true. Ricky proud to be the ambassador for Worlds Collide for whenever that happens. Ethan Page sneak attack fails. Ricky is ready, takes out security, and Ethan with a big old splash. And yeah, at the end of that, I just feel like, why didn't we just have this match here? You definitely had time for it. You could have put it in, taken out a thing or two, this promo or this freaking hype pack, whatever. You could have definitely fit this match in here. Kind of silly that they didn't. Now we get to the NXT Championship match. It is Oba Femi defending against Miles Bourne. And Miles Bourne, a pretty awesome underdog story right now, so he wins a big 25-man battle royale. Super underdog in that match. Like, he was not by any means the biggest name in that match, but he gets the big win, and then he comes out and talks about his speech impediment because he's actually deaf in one ear, so that's why he speaks the way that he does. And great promo that he cut the week coming up, where he's like, I don't want to be known about my disability, I want to be known for my ability. And I'm all like, yeah, fuck yeah, everyone's getting behind Miles Bourne, but it's Oba Femi, man. That's a big mountain to conquer. Let's see if you can get it done. Well, Oba's in full control, absolutely just toying with Miles right now, throwing him around, just having fun. Miles using some drop kicks to build some momentum. Oba shuts it down with a mean gut buster, and that's kind of the theme right here. Whenever Miles gets something going, Oba shuts it down. Miles comes back again with a nice German suplex frog splash combo. Oba nails the fall from Grace, and Miles is able to kick out of it. Wow. Oba needs a second powerbomb, and it's over. He retains. A pretty good match right here. I thought it was the main event. No, it is not. Crowd was really invested, obviously, with the underdog story of Miles, and they did the thing. They did exactly what they were, kind of predicted to do. They're going to do the super underdog formula where he's just getting his ass kicked. You build up a little bit of a comeback, crowd gets crazy, but inevitably, I don't think anyone was worried about Oba losing this match or Miles winning. It's a great story. It's a great moment. All that stuff. Really cool. The slow build for the comebacks for Miles, that really was building up the crowd throughout. Miles, super resilient showing, he shows off his potential. And I've said this before, I'm not the only one, but he looks like a young Randy Orton in there, man. He's got the body type of Randy, kind of moves like Randy, that drop kick. Now, he's not he's still a little bit green. He's still got some training to go, but yeah, man, it's a pretty good showing here for Miles Bourne. It's going to be important to see what he does with this after. You get a big spotlight match, you don't win it. Let's see what he can do after. I don't know if you're going to continue with Oba. I might go for a different championship, maybe start fighting with Charlie Dempsey, maybe break up the No Quarter Catch crew. We'll see, but good match, 7 out of 10. Then shit gets crazy backstage between Stephanie Vaquer and some AAA wrestlers that were here watching the show. So, planting some seeds for that Worlds Collide pay-per-view that's incoming. That's going to be mixing WWE and AAA into a pay-per-view. That's going to be a lot of fun. And now it is time for the main event. TNA Championship on the line for the first time in WWE pay-per-view history, and it's the main event. How cool is that? Joe Hendry defends his championship against Trick Williams, who is just not going away. He will not stop chasing championships. I like it. I'm happy that he moved to Joe Hendry in the TNA Championship because I think they played out the Oba Trick thing. They had enough fights. Oba continues to win, so I think it's done. Let's move it on. And here we are. And it's a big match atmosphere, man. The bell rings and the crowd is hyped. Like, they are going crazy for this. This is awesome. Joe with a nice high jumping dive. I really like that dive. Trick summoning his inner Booker T with a thither kick and the spinneroonie. Oh, fuck yeah. That's a thumbs up. Joe answers with a lovely rock bottom. Like, oh man, what are we going back to the Attitude Era? Joe with the impressive roll through deadlift slam. That's a thumbs up. Joe hits the standing ovation choke slam, but Trick gets his foot on the ropes. Trick bookends Hendry through the announce table, and holy shit, that was painful looking. I mean, Trick didn't even remove like that little plastic cover. He just left it, slammed Joe through it, and like it didn't break all. It was a hard break. That was a hard bump for Joe right there. Thumbs up. Trick shot connects Hendry, able to kick out. Trick rakes Joe's eyes, plants Hendry face first on the TNA Championship. Oh no. A second trick shot pins. And new TNA Champion, Trick Williams? What? Oh my god. A stunned silence fills the air because Joe Hendry is no longer champion. That is shocking to me. I mean, you got arguably the hottest thing in wrestling right now, and you're going to take the belt off of him. I don't know about that decision, man. Now, this leads me down the rabbit hole of like, uh-oh, is this a big old red flag right here for that new TNA WWE relationship? And what I mean by this is, usually when WWE teams up with another company, they drain that company and utilize everything that's good about that company and just use it to get WWE over. And that's what this feels like right here. You got TNA's biggest star, one of the biggest wrestling stars in the world right now. This guy's music is so over, like it's crazy. And Trick Willie, he's popular, he's well liked, he's not even a babyface right now. And the first time you defend the TNA Championship on WWE television, the TNA guy loses it. So that makes TNA look weak. I mean, Trick by no means is, like, he's not a slouch, but he ain't the best wrestler in the world. You know what I'm saying? He's fine, very entertaining, but this doesn't feel right. I don't know where you go from here unless you have bigger plans for Joe Hendry, but I can't see, like, let's just say I don't see Hendry winning the world championship. You know, I don't see them taking it off of Jey Uso just yet. I don't see them taking it off of who the hell's the other champion right now? Like Jey Uso and John Cena. I mean, they've teased it, Joe Hendry and John Cena. Is that where you want to go with it? Like after Randy Orton, like do you want to do John Cena, Joe Hendry? Like that's the only thing that I think would make this okay, but I don't know about that. I don't know. Maybe they really liked what they saw out of Joe Hendry at WrestleMania, the reaction that he got, the hype that's around Joe Hendry. Maybe they're going to push this guy big time. But again, he's a TNA guy. So again, that's WWE taking TNA's best guy and using it for their own gains. That's not confirmed yet. Well, I've got to see what's going to happen on TNA. Got to see what's going to happen moving forward from here. But man, that's got my eyebrow raised for sure. Like, oh boy, I hope this isn't a sign of things to come, or it's just WWE stomping all over TNA guys, and if they do, like, you know, Jordan Grace came over already, and how many more? They have the Motor City Machine Guns are here. Like, a lot of the big names from TNA have already jumped ship over to the WWE. Like, yeah, you can still use, but and the people that are being used in TNA on the WWE side, they're not the biggest names. They got Ariana Grace. They're using, like, Gigi Dolan and stuff. Like, people they're not really using. So I'm not seeing a very balanced relationship right here. I'm seeing a lot of gains for the WWE. And like, yeah, TNA's getting spotlights. You know, main event, pay-per-view match. You're getting your stars on WWE TV. That's a lot more eyes than you're going to get on TNA. But, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Something feels wrong about this win right here for Trick Willie, but it is what it is. It was a big match feel. The crowd was super engaged with this match. The match was pretty good. Like, it was nothing crazy. It had a great start, and then kind of lost steam, like, kind of middle towards the end. They were just kind of, felt like they're just kind of filling the space. Not really sure what to do, but they were just kind of hitting moves for the sake of hitting moves. Not quite sure what they were going to do next. I did not see Trick Williams winning. That is for sure. I was actually writing up the review, and I was like, oh yeah, you know what? No surprises on this one. And then this happened. I was like, erase all that. Okay, huge surprise right here with the Trick win. It's just, is this a good surprise or a bad surprise? Is this going to be bad for Hendry? I mean, the guy can't lose right now. Nothing seems to affect this guy, so I imagine he'll shake this off. Rather, like, if he's just going to win it back, like, I would hate that. Just, if he just wins it back in a couple of weeks or something on a TNA pay-per-view, I'm not going to like this, but I think they should have had Hendry's hand getting raised big time, big celebration for him. Maybe have some TNA people come out and celebrate with him. Just make it a big moment for TNA. Like, I thought that would have been really nice if you made the show about TNA. Like, oh, we're going to have the main event. This is the first title match. And yeah, kind of I don't know, just that does not sit right with me right there, but it was a good match. I enjoyed it. The shock definitely fluffed it up a little bit. I'll hit it with a 7.5 instead of the 7. I'll bump it up a little bit because that got me, man. Like, my wife and I, we were shocked. We were like, uh-oh, but not for our reaction wasn't good, though. Like, it was not a good shock. We were like, oh, shit, like, what? Anyway, that's the show. I thought it was a good PLE. It kind of peaked early with the opener. No one really got close to that level of a match. Stacks and Tony definitely could have used a stipulation for their match. It was pretty plain. Saints should have defended his championship on the card. That's a whoopsie for me. I don't get that one. Like, you have him here. You gave him time. Like, why not just have the match? Like, fuck. Main event will definitely have people talking. Again, not sure if it'll be good or bad. Very curious to see what's next for Joe Hendry. And the question needs to be asked, is this a bad sign for the TNA WWE partnership, or is this good? Is this a good thing? Like, it's going to get people talking about TNA, but again, that's their best guy. That's Joe Hendry, and he just lost, so to NXT's not best guys. So I don't know. 7 out of 10 for the overall show. Opening was my favorite match. Let me know what your favorite match is. Stacks and Tony would be the pooper of the night. It wasn't bad, just boring. Just nothing crazy going on with that one, but yeah, good show overall. And there we go, everybody. Now, in terms of the AEW Double or Nothing review, I'll be doing that another day. It might not be coming until Thursday because I'm still only about halfway through that sumbitch. It's a big pay-per-view. So yeah, we're getting it. I'm getting her done. There's only so much time. There's just so much freaking wrestling. And when they do Sunday pay-per-views, kind of screws me up. You know, I work on Sundays, so it definitely messes me up. It takes a lot longer to get through it. So my wife and I are off on Wednesday, so we're going to get all caught up, and hopefully we can get her all out on Thursday. But there we go, everybody. Let me know what you thought of the BattleGround pay-per-view. Forgot the name for a second there. And in terms of what else we got going on with the podcast right now, going to be doing a hockey cast, breaking down the third round, and we're going to be starting our off-season situation where I go through all 32 teams, you know, break down where they're at, where they're going, and we're going to kind of just do some GMing all offseason to see what kind of deals, what kind of players they should be looking for, and all that shit. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not really sure where I'm going to start, but I'm thinking probably the bottom of the standings and we'll work our way up, but I don't know. It doesn't really matter. And GamerCast, I just did the episode on Oblivion, so you can go check out that one. Review/retrospective. Next week is going to be Clair Obscure Expedition 33. Great game, just finished it, so we're going to be discussing that one in detail. And what a game. What a freaking game that one was. And yeah, there we go. Wrestling recap, gonna have that coming out this week. We should not have any more pay-per-views for a little while. I think the next one's gonna be Money in the Bank, which is like 2 weeks away. So yeah, not very long. But there we go, everybody. Thank you again. I upload all these episodes to the YouTube channel, GamerGX Videos. Go over there, subscribe, drop a comment. You can drop comments on Spotify. You want a question answered live on the podcast. Spotify, YouTube, Twitter, all that stuff, all the links are in the description. Go subscribe, follow along, all that great stuff because you're awesome. And we'll be back again with some more GX Bluffcast.